Okay, so Scorponok has arrived from Prime One Studio. It's a small box, so it should be an easy unboxing. I just wanted to note that the box has some bad damage in one corner that went through the shipper box, and I can see from here it's gone and damaged the art box. So hopefully the piece is okay. Other than that, I don't really see anything else bad with the box. So let's hope that it's okay and there's no damages. Okay, this one doesn't want to come out that easy, eh? Okay, that's fine. We'll just, let's see. Open it up from the other end. Okay. Okay, there we go. And okay, edge protectors. Open her up. Okay, the instructions. Should be a relatively easy piece. Okay, and then there's instructions. Okay, looks like included sponge to insert in between to prevent scratches. Okay, that's cool. I'll keep that in mind before I set them up on the base. Okay, so this is bottom. So I have to flip them around, and top facing up. So let's see. Yeah, like I said, the art box has a puncture, so hopefully there is no damage. Okay. And there we go. So 2 layers. So I guess the base and parts of the body is on the bottom layer, because the top one is very thin. Okay, so here's where you have to remove all the parts carefully and gently. Make sure everything is in frame. Okay, we're good. Okay. Some 3M double-sided tape or pad, okay? So very gently, because this statue has a lot of sharp pieces that are very delicate. and that you don't want to break. We ship them with these foam inserts to prevent any damages to the very thin and delicate components of the statue. Okay. Let's remove the body. I usually open it very carefully and look for any chips or any broken part underneath. Hopefully there's nothing. Okay. So I've got a keyhole here where to grab from. Yep, it's not heavy, so that's good. So I'm just gonna lift her very gently. Okay, there we go. So that's good so far. Let's see underneath here. I don't see any broken piece. So that is a really good sign on this part. That's quite delicate, and that's the main body. Okay. Now these other two pieces, which seem to be the arms, they have some foam. Looks like they're more delicate. Okay, so let's unpack them very carefully. Remove the wax paper. Okay. Nice paint job. Okay. Now we have to lift it by wiggling very gently. Okay, there we go. Because they're not heavy pieces. You just have to very gently so nothing breaks. Okay. And again, the arm has this foam. Okay, that's nice. I got blackout yesterday along with jet wing. So I ordered this piece as well because it goes with blackout, as you know, if you're a Transformers fan. Okay, there's no breakage in there, so now let's go for the other arm. And I think I'm almost out of the woods, but well, we got the base still. Okay. That was pretty easy, nothing inside. It's very well packaged, wrapped with the wax paper and foam. You have to be very gentle, go very slow. And great, nothing broken. So that's awesome. Okay, so I guess we can do another decent sized piece. Let's see. Open it very gently. Yep, fantastic. You gotta be real careful when removing these foams because you pull in the wrong direction and you're gonna break one of these very delicate parts. I'm just surprised at the factory how they get them in to begin with, into place, but from that point of view, they do an amazing job at not breaking anything while they're putting the foams, right? Imagine having to squeeze these very delicate like little pieces of foam in between parts that are so fragile, so thin. Great. Okay, so this must be the head. I have a feeling, and I think I was right. Yes, that's the head. Okay, that's good. This is not a heavy piece, so that's okay with me. After jet wing and blackout, they have quite some weight to them. They're not light statues. This one kind of like gives me a break. Okay, good. Okay, there we go. Okay, awesome. Another piece. Oh, as always, I'm very meticulous and I'm always looking into each compartment as I remove pieces just to double check and for any broken possible chips or parts that could have become loose or broken, damaged during the shipping. That's how I find damages. Okay, so these must be legs or arms. Well, legs actually. Okay, this one you have to be, there we go. Okay, very slowly because they're wedged in with the wax paper and you don't want to pull too hard and all of a sudden have an unwanted breakage. Okay, that's great. So let's see. Another leg. There's some foam inside here. Okay, I guess it was just for support. They're great. Okay. So this is how one of these statues from Prime One Studio gets to you. Once you unpack, it's nicely packaged. I mean, breaks do happen, can't avoid it. My blackout was fine and had no breaks whatsoever, so that was good news. My jet wing had a couple of small breaks, one on each arm. So I contacted Prime One Studio about that. I'll be happy with that credit, and I guess I'll just glue the tiny parts myself. I'm kind of like working a little bit with the manufacturer. I mean, I'm not going to ask for them to replace both arms, which I could, and then they would have to ship the replacement, which, by the way, is not guaranteed to fit because these are individually made and the casting might differ between one and another slightly. So something to keep in mind if you can glue it yourself and solve the problem and then just get a store credit towards another purchase, maybe that will work well for you, and you'll avoid the waiting time. You're looking at, can't remember if it was a couple of months, 6 to 8 weeks. Could be more with production. Production nowadays is totally unpredictable, so why risk it? Okay, so it looks like there's some more parts here. And we have the base. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's good. Nothing broken there in the foam. And that's the base. Awesome. Okay, that's nice. It's heavy. It has some weight. I don't know, 15 pounds, 10 pounds? Yep. I'm just guessing. Okay, so let's see what we have. Okay, another part. Okay. Okay, so far so good. Okay. Lots of desiccant bags to absorb moisture, I guess, during the trip. Okay. Some kind of armor plate, probably for the body. This piece has an arrow, so I'll have to read and see what that means. It's pointing at the key block. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. If it's there, it's for a reason. Okay, that's good. Great. This is a cute little emblem. Decepticons, that's cool. That's gonna go on the base for sure. Okay. And now we're down to the last 3 little pieces. So far so good. And the last one. What do we have here? Good. So, no damage that I can see. That's it. So no damage, other than a little bit instructions bent, which I'm fine with that. You know, a lot of people complain about the instructions. I've seen in the forums, but that they're not very useful. But I actually used them yesterday on Jetwing and Blackhawk, and I mean, with the exception of 4 or 5 pieces at the very end that I had to look, check out a YouTube video, I did use all the instructions. Given my age, I take screenshots and I magnify, you know, because the instructions are kind of small, so kind of hard to see. But once you take a screenshot and you just magnify, let's say you have a tablet, then you can identify the part and see how it fits. So I don't know, they're not that bad as people say. So of course there's a lot of YouTube, so that helps even more and it's easier. And I think Prime 1 Studio has unboxing and assembly videos, so that helps as well. Okay guys, that's it for this unboxing. I'm gonna have 2 more unboxings on the way, Galvatron and Drift. I'll see you next time.